Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Harekaze, a tier 8 premium Japanese destroyer. I'm on a blend of fire in a 4-point domination game, so it's a tier 9 battle. It's not ideal, but there is no carrier. There are 2 raiders. And also, by the way, we have Clyde in our team, so Clyde is a World of Warships streamer, and if you don't know him, he's definitely worth checking out. So I have made my way into A here, and so far it's looking good. The Öland is in retreat. I'm gonna try to not get torped here ideally, and just grab this camp. Now on the D side, we have a set inside the camp, but unfortunately the support is not that supporting. It would be really nice if, like, you see there is a large concentration of ships here behind this island. And the most aggressive ship on this flank is Clyde in his Miracle. Well, you know, like tier 7 cruiser in a tier 9 battle is probably not what you want as your frontline ship to be. But hey, the battle is still early. Now the set has found a hider, and honestly, yeah, oh, he was taken out by Benson, but, you know, I never expected our set to survive that. Also, there is a cyclone coming. So, you know, we are 1 destroyer down, not the best start, but this game is far from over. And we do have a cap. Now, soon the enemy will have a cap as well. So the question is, where do I go from here? There is a flint around here. Now, the flint does not have radar, but it still provides like a lot of DPM. So if it could catch me like with a hydro, that would be uncomfortable. Or if, for example, the Öland would spot me and then the flint would shoot me, I would not have a good time. I don't have a smoke ready right now. What I do have, though, is like amazing concealment, so that's good. Now, it looks like our Georgia is gonna push in here, so I'm gonna try to support that, in a sense, and provide some spotting. It looks like the Öland is going towards the outskirts here, so my division mate is moving in that direction, so he's probably going to be in a position to intercept the Öland. Now the Flint has torpedoes, and unlike the Atlanta, the Flint's torpedoes, I think they are like 8 kilometers, so they are quite a bit more long range. So there could be a threat here. Something to keep in mind. Now I'm not, like RPF is still pointing this way, I'm not, yeah, there is the smoke. So, I was just saying I'm not exactly sure where the Flint is. It looks like the Flint is slowly creeping around here. So I can try to torpedo this smoke, and obviously the Flint can try to torpedo me, but yeah, it looks like he might still be a little bit behind this island. There are the torpedoes. Could have been more careful with those torps, to be honest, right? If I had sailed right into them, it would have been a shame. So I'm trying to get a better angle, right? When you can see is about here right next to this island thing, and the island might eat a few torps when they come this way, but we'll try it with another launcher. The first is pretty sure gonna miss. The second maybe we'll get lucky. Although if he's hydroing, you know, then he can just probably move a little bit forward and be safe. So I don't have high expectations there, but it's not like I had better torpedo targets. Now, my division mate is still chasing this Öland. I could try to go over there and corner that, but there is also an Atlanta not an Atlanta, and a Targo I might be running into. And I'm keeping an eye out on this Flint. Like, once the smoke disappears, I can detect it, and then my team might be able to do something. Now, the Georgia has already turned around. So, our push here has already faltered. Which means, actually, if I spot this Flint, I'm not sure if anyone is gonna shoot it. And the Öland is retreating very far into its forces, which means hunting it would be rather dangerous, because he'd have a lot of fire support and we wouldn't. All of our ships here have decided that they don't really want to push this flank anymore. So I'm just gonna go towards the sea cap, because while I have moved further in here, I got closer and closer to sea, and nobody should be able to stop me there. Now this guy now seems rather AFK. Or like, I mean, possibility is just parked here and shooting things from safety of an island where he isn't being spotted. So he still isn't moving. I mean, he must know that he's detected. Maybe he is AFK. So we've got torps going towards him. and I wouldn't say no to some free torpedoes. Now the Flint here is pushing B, and actually they have a Benson and a Hyder that went entirely by our forces and into B, and Miyoko and Fiji we have are trying to stop them. Like, the sad thing about these is that our forces just went here to this island and never actually fought for the cap. And especially, like, we needed the higher tiers, the tier 9s, to actually be a bit more aggressive there, right? Can't push a Miyoko into this, but, you know. Oh, hey, I topped the Gneisenau. So the Gneisenau still hasn't moved, although he might be moving now. And it looks like our ships in the north are actually defending our cap. So the Flint's gone, the Benson's gone, now they just have to get the Hyder. And oh no, the Gneisenau is moving. Well, that's a shame. And can I get another hit in there? No. What a shame. So the cyclone's starting. That will make things interesting, I guess. Here on our left flank, our forces still aren't dead. Well, I mean, you know, we have the cap. So on the one hand, you say we don't have to be that aggressive. But if our other flank is collapsing, you can't just sit there. You either need to push yourself and secure this flank entirely, or you need to, like, turn back and defend. But then again, then you leave this side open. Meanwhile, we now have 3 caps. We do have a bit of a points lead and we are 1 ship ahead, so it's not looking too bad. But obviously, this is far from over. So, next up we have a Marco Polo here right in front of me, and I'm gonna try to top this guy. Which would be probably that. Well, we have the Georgia coming in too. I was just thinking, right, he's going to farm that Fiji. Potentially, but, you know, the Fiji is inside smoke, and we have the Georgia to keep Marco Polo occupied. Now I've got 1 set of torps away, and the thing is, right, he's maneuvering because of those torps, he saw those. So I held my second launcher there, and we'll see. Well, then again, if he sees those, he'll maneuver again. I'm getting closer and closer though, so the next launch should have a much higher chance of hitting. And since he's speeding up, I'm now launching right now, hoping to still can. Well, I guess he's getting pretty farmed anyway, he has 3 fires on him. I don't think I have to concern myself too much. Also, my first launch is actually going to hit, so... well. Now here on the right flank, we have a Missouri, a Pommern and a Kronstadt. That's really not what I want to get involved with, right? That's a 6-kilometer hydro and 2 raiders. So I'd very much hope that it doesn't come to a situation like... I could try to push into D now, right? In the cover of the cyclone, but I don't know where the Kronstadt is, for example, and this is just a very scary trio, right? So I'd much rather help, for example, with the... well, I mean, my division mate has the Öland cornered, and Yakisuki should be able to deal with that. Of course, I can't see the hit points, but in Viper we trust, and that trust is justified. So, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to take care of those 2 battleships, I think, right? It's, I mean, the Missouri and the Pommern aren't anywhere close to D, so I still could go, well, yeah, but you see there's the Kronstadt, right? And now we've lost the King George up there. So, I feel like the much safer option is to go after those battleships. They are going to sail into sea. I mean, what else are they going to do? It's a cyclone. Well, I mean, they could go AFK, I guess, but... I presume, like, RPF is pointing this way, I presume they're pushing C. So if I sink them, not only will it be good for our team, will put us ahead on ships, but, you know, it also keeps that camp intact. Meanwhile, we have the Georgia going in there for the Kronstadt with maybe a Fiji backup. Hard to say if the Fiji is close enough in the cyclone to do something. The Fiji's problem, of course, is, right, the Kronstadt and Missouri both have radar, and, you know, it doesn't really want to be spotted. So the Gneisenau is slowing down there a bit, but it doesn't look like he's slowing down too much. Now he knows he's detected, right? If you know you're detected in a situation like this, you know it's a destroyer because, you know, I mean, it's a cyclone. Nobody other than the destroyers have concealment good enough to spot him and not be seen right now. So technically you'd want to go evasive maneuvers immediately. You'd be like, oh crap, I need to like change my course, I need to change my speed. Also, that I'm coming from the north is probably expected. But, well, these guys, you know, didn't get the memo. So, I mean, just slowly keeping same course is not the best with touch torpedoes. I mean, there is no safe way, right? If you have a destroyer that close to you and you don't know exactly the direction he's coming from, you're in a tough spot. But it's like he didn't even try. Good for us, though. Good for us. So now there's a Colorado. I don't know how close it is, so this is a bit risky being so close to the island, because if I come around and he is like very much in front of me, he'll see me immediately and probably get a good salvo. I do have a smoke though, right? So I'm already slowing down. Yep, there he is. And now I'm gonna smoke up. And oh, he had high explosive loaded. That's a shame. But on the bright side, since he fired his guns, he's now visible a little bit longer. And now we get some torpedoes off. So it looks like he's trying to maneuver, so we will just the second launch. I'm assuming he's turning away, right? What make a lot of sense is he's now turning away from me and sailing into this camp. And we will see how much torpedoes I get. It's ooh, nice. And a flooding. And the second launcher is going to get another 2. That was actually better than expected. And it looks like he didn't turn away, instead he's turning towards me. That's also pretty good for us. Now here's oh, wait, is he flooding? No, he's not flooding. So yeah, he's damage gone. So if I could get a fire now, oh, he's fired his guns, so can we redetect him? No, because I didn't have vision when he fired, so... Well... But I mean, you know, it's a big ship. I know roughly where he is, so I can possibly just shoot the area a little bit. And I almost have torps ready. Now we do have now the Riga coming in from the other side, gonna keep him detected. I'll get some torps off there. It looks... Oh, there is a fire. Okay, he's dead. So that's nice. Meanwhile, we've lost some other ships, and it's now 4 against 3. But we're at 820 and they're 530, right? So we do have the points lead. We have the same amount of cap circles, but we have 1 more ship, and yeah, having more points is obviously going to be very beneficial. There is only 5 minutes left, and I'm not sure how close they are to other caps. Meanwhile, Viper is going in there, going to grab me. Now the Cyclone is passing. That's good news for us, because if we can see the Cruncher and Missouri coming, it will be a lot easier to avoid the raiders. Like in a Cyclone, a 12-kilometer raider is very scary. Now, obviously I don't want to be raided by the Missouri, but I'm just trying to get a slightly closer there and then get some torps off. And unfortunately, it turns out that the Kronstadt is coming around here towards... Hey, maybe I should have seen it coming. But I'm definitely gonna engine boost and turn around and run here. Now I do have 1 smoke screen left. I could use that smoke screen, for example, to try to smoke up that Baltimore. But the problem is really that we're getting kind of pushed by 2 raiders, right? So if I provide a smoke screen and he sits in it, then he's just going to get raided. I could try to lay a smoke trail just across the area here and hope that he's not going to be detected because he's behind it. But I think I'm gonna keep my smoke for now. Now those torps are going to miss here. There is the raider, that's the Kronstadt raider. I'm far enough away that the Missouri can't raider me, so I just have to survive the Kronstadt, who had armor piercing loaded and missed his first salvo, so that's already a good start. Missouri is not paying any attention to me because he's busy with the Riga, that's also good. Well, we lost the Riga, that's not good. But hey, that salvo could have gone towards me, and it did. So we'll take our small victories there. Now with Viper having grabbed the D camp, we are once again pretty solid there with points. I mean, A is contested, but now we have income of 2 points and they have income of 1 point. So until they flip A, or we increase our lead there. Of course, we could also lose some ships, which would be a shame, but Baltimore still relatively healthy. And I just have to stay out of raiders. Now, we don't know where the Pommern is. Yeah, the Pommern is going for the D camp. Now, Viper can just run away if he wants. He could try to go around that Pommern and go towards B. Although, like with 250 remaining, I don't think there's enough time. If he has to go wide, right, and then go for B, there is probably no way that he really reaches the camp in time. Really do much. But he can also just sail away, right? We had 920 points. Now, they are going to flip A now, and the Pommern is going to go into B, but still, we have a solid lead. If we don't lose a ship here, in 2 minutes 20, I don't see them winning this, right? The Missouri is obviously coming for C and the Pommern for D. But if they block our points income now, with 2 minutes left, it shouldn't be enough. This is one of the, like, there is this mod that shows you how long it would take you to win the game by reaching 1,000 points and such. It's a very good mod, I'm just too lazy to install mods. And I guess I prefer the game without mods. Overall, but it would be like a very nice addition. I wish they'd just implement this into the main game. I could also do math, but I'm too lazy to do math. So anyway, I'm too close to the Missouri, by the way. The Missouri could totally raider me at this point. Which would be a shame, because if I die here, that's... But you know, Viper is meanwhile escaping there, so he's gonna survive. And the Baltimore is probably not gonna survive. I think Missouri's radar range was 9.5, right? Then again, it's possible that he's out of, like, it might be very late into the game. It's entirely possible that those ships have blown all the radars. You don't have that many radar charges. And there were plenty of opportunities for those guys to radar stuff so far. Down goes the Baltimore. I'm not surprised. But, you know, it's 1 minute. We are going to win. Just Viper and me now sailing away and surviving. So... might even get the Missouri, yeah? And... oh, is he flooding? Did he damage Khan earlier? What a shame. What a shame. There we go. And now we just wait the last 30 seconds. And I'm just gonna keep sailing away from everyone into this corner. Oh. So somehow they got Viper. Well, doesn't matter. I'm still just winning. Right, there's 10 seconds left and there's nothing they can do. Which brings us to the results, and you know, the ship wearing cat camo finished first place, and the person wearing cat ears finished second place. Yeah, yes, Clyde was wearing cat ears during this battle, so we just proven the superiority of cats, I guess. I didn't get any achievements, but you know, it's not like you get anything for getting achievements anyway these days, so there is that. Oh well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, it was a fun battle, and I'll see you next time.